far.
That extra gear, the first 3 steps.
Huge strides in the performance.
That I might not be the player I am today.
All right, welcome to another episode of Behind the Gear, and today we are sitting with MITCH VANDE SOMPEL, and Mitch is a local boy, but property of the New York Islanders, and played in Bridgeport last year, and obviously went to camp this year. And the reason I wanted to chat with you, obviously you're at home and you're bored out of your skull.
Yeah.
So you don't have a lot going on right now, but you got injured. I know, a lot of times when I want to get into this a bunch, but injuries and when people have injuries, a lot of times you're just like, hey man, get back in there. You'll be good. A couple months, you're fine. But what's it like to go through that injury? Obviously, sometimes it's a mental grind and a lot of demons come out.
Yeah. For me, it's like when that happens, it's a bit of a slap in the face, especially in the way it happened to me. It was, you spend 4 months working your bag off, getting back, getting prepared, and you're trying to make the NHL. You come to camp, and to me, I was in the best shape I think I've ever been. I was feeling really good. I was skating well, and everything was going well. And then first day of camp, collision happens, and unfortunately I land on my arm wrong and my shoulder comes out, and then straight to the, and especially when that happens, all you can think about is, because I've had it before, and you're just like, I don't want to hear that. And you want it to be the not the worst case scenario, but the best case. And I went in there, and then you hear the news, and it's kind of, you're out for a long time, and you have an operation coming up, and it kind of just takes you back, and it's definitely been a frustrating couple of months.
What was the hit like when you got hit? Was it kind of dirty or just a normal hit?
No, it's just like first day of practice ever since Barry was hired with the Islanders, he instills hard work in everyone, and that's how it's the identity of the Islanders, and I think it's awesome. And the first day is kind of like a shock to the body, is what you want to call it, where you just come in and he drains you mentally, physically, and that's how the first day goes. And it was just like everyone's tired, and it was just a collision in front on a 2-on-2, and we weren't trying to hit each other, and it's just the way it happened. And then I just landed awkwardly, and that was it. So
that's too bad, man. And did you know right away? You knew someone was wrong right away?
Yeah. I've had my other shoulder before, and as soon as it happened, I couldn't move it. My whole arm went numb, and I felt the shoulder come out, and then I knew what was going on. I was just praying that it wasn't what I thought it was, and it ended up being exactly that. So
you had surgery, and then the recovery for that is how long? You're looking at a couple of months.
Yeah, so that's typically the shoulder's 4 to 6 months, or 5 to 6, depending on where you have it done, in the opinion of the surgeon. But mine's 5 to 6 months most likely, and then I've had some issues you've known for probably close to 6 years maybe.
But for those that don't know, kind of common. Like I know Day had it too.
Very
so
common.
Sean Day had it this summer, obviously had a surgery last year with it. What exactly was it in your hip though? Because for some young players, sometimes you feel that a little bit. And you're like, I don't know what it is. Not a big deal. And then it kind of bugs you and nags you. It's not like you played through it for a lot of years, but something that obviously when you do get a chance as a young player, someone that's coming up like you, try to get it taken care of, because obviously it's going to feel better. But what exactly was it?
So I had it explained to me this summer, right before I had surgery on it. I ended up going to see the hip specialist in Michigan.
Yeah.
And he was explaining it to me, and just because of the body is not meant to skate, it's meant to run, it's meant to walk, it's meant to do all of that, jump. And so it's not meant to do the motion of skating. So as our bodies are growing and you're a hockey player, your hips form differently because of your skating so much. It ends up causing the bones to grow a little bit differently and then whatnot. So the end of your femur is supposed to look like a light bulb, essentially. But mine had like a flat side on it. So there wasn't an indent on the one side. It was just flat. And it was causing, I believe it was clicking against my pelvis.
Yeah, okay.
And then on top of that, there's it's called the labrum.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's tendon or whatever it is, but the same one in my shoulder. And it was from the clicking and the rubbing and whatnot, it was just wearing down and tearing, and it ended up being partially torn. So I had to get my bone shaved down, and then the labrum fixed as well. But that's been going on for at least 6 years.
So basically a partial tear of that labrum for a while.
Yeah.
And then it just deforms your bone a little bit.
Going, yeah.
Okay. So now your bone's reformed correctly.
So now, yeah, I got the operation done. And so he shaved it down back to normal. And I mean, so far it's been awesome. You can noticeably feel a difference. And
what did the doctor say when they were all done, kind of post-operation type thing with the leg? What did he say? Like, you'll be back to 100%, or will there be any?
He said I'll be fine, and surgery went as expected, and everything went well, and he fixed everything that he saw and wanted to. And I mean, that's kind of been weighing on me for a long time now.
Sure.
I mean, you don't want to have it done. It's a 6-month recovery.
Yeah.
And
but it kind of worked out well with the shoulder. You're like,
the way it happened, it was, at the start you're kind of down on yourself, and it's hard to be positive when you spend all this time training and then you come in looking to make an impression or whatever and have a good year. Especially in my case, it's the last year of my contract, and you want to come in and every kid wants to play in the NHL, and it does suck. I mean, I remember that day I called my parents after, and I mean, you're holding back tears. I mean,
for sure.
It's kind of like being, but I mean, at the end of the day, like the way I took it was, I called people and asked opinions on stuff and whatnot. And I mean, there's two ways to look at it. You can either sit there and cry and whatever and, be negative, but there's another side and there's positivity. And I mean, that's kind of the way I've started to look at everything. And I mean, I get a chance to be healthy again and get everything fixed and come back strong. And I just look at it like a longer off season, and I'm excited and I'm happy that it happened the way it did.
And I know right now they're projecting that you're going to get back hopefully by sometime at the end of the year this year to get some games in, right? Which is huge. Like, that's something to look forward to anyway, right?
Yeah, that was a super positive call. I had a call with Chris Lamorello, and he's the GM in Bridgeport and the AGM for the Islanders. So he just kind of told me that they're not counting me out for this season. And I mean, especially after everything that's happened, it's just really nice to hear. And I mean, it's motivation. And I mean, I don't want to miss a full year of hockey. I'd like to get back, even if it's just practicing with my team. Yeah. That's where I want to get to, and I'm looking forward to it.
No, it's good. I think one thing he said there, which I think is really important, is, as soon as that injury happens, there's a lot of thoughts that go through anybody's head, right? And a lot of people have been injured. So you get injured, you break something or you tweak something, and you're like, hey, you can kind of go on the shelf for a month and just kind of feel sorry for yourself, or you're like, hey, I got to get better, man. I got to work at this.
Exactly.
And, in talking to Doug Stacey today a little bit about just how you're doing and how you're recovering, he's like, man, he's doing awesome. He's like way ahead of schedule. Everything looks really good. He's doing a lot of stuff, which is huge. And I think sometimes as an athlete, it's hard because you want to push hard and you want to I feel fine. I want to squat now. And it's like, okay, wait, we got to pull you back. You got to do it the right way. So having a little bit of patience in that recovery process, I think, is probably huge and probably frustrating at the same time.
Of course. I actually have a funny story about that. So I have my shoulder done there in New York for 2 weeks, and I end up coming back home just because I know I have another operation coming up. It's closer to home, whatnot, and I get to be with my family through this time.
Yeah.
So whatever, 5.5 weeks rolls around, and my shoulder had to be strong enough to hold myself on crutches for my hip.
Oh, right.
So that was why we spaced it out. Otherwise, so Dad takes me to Michigan. I get my hip done, come back the next day, and I have a checkup appointment a week later. And so I'm in a hip brace and I'm in hip crutches. And so we go back to Michigan.
What are you, like 90? You like 90 years old or what?
Oh, jeez, insane. I was bedridden for a week, couldn't do anything. Anyways, so I go back to Michigan with my dad, and I walk in there, no crutches, no hip brace. I'm limping around because I feel good. And I mean, as far as I've known, it's if you need crutches, you can't walk.
Right.
And you need them to help you walk. But I feel good and whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't need those. Like, I left them at home. And I walk into the place and the guy's like, what are you doing? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, where are your crutches and your hip brace? I was like, what do you mean? I left them at home. Like, I can walk now. He's like, no, you got to be on those for 4 weeks. So that was just kind of like an example of like, I'm feeling good or whatever. It's just a part of the process. And you think you're ready to do stuff and you want to do more and whatnot, but you're not ready. And whatever. So I just thought that was funny. And
So did you go back to the crutches and the hip brace?
I had to, yeah. That
It's
my dad's getting on me every day.
because the doctor knows best, obviously, being maybe
course.
a little more cautionary than you or I would be, obviously, but you don't want to obviously have that surgery retract and then you got to do it again or something like that happens. I was telling you earlier, obviously I broke my leg last year and that was the first kind of major injury I'd ever had. And as soon as I broke it, same thing as you, like I kind of broke it. I'm like, okay. When I found out it was broken and I had to go to surgery, I was like, all right, I gotta get through this. So as soon as I could start moving again or doing a push up or stretching, I was like on the ground doing something, trying to like stay, motivated or whatever. But to your point, I wanted to get rid of the crutches as soon as I could.
Yeah.
So we were going to a buddy's wedding, like a destination wedding. So I go to the doctor I moved my appointment up so I could meet with him before I went. He knew I was going. He knew what I was like. He knew that I was like a little bit crazy. And I was, I'm not going back to playing the NHL, but I still have to get on the ice and stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to try to push as hard as I can. So I show up and first of all, I took my license away, which was the worst. I was Ubering, bumming rides off guys at work. It was the worst, man. So it's awful. Anyways, I go in, I'm excited thinking he's going to be like, here, off crutches now. This is right around the 5-week mark. We're going to this wedding. I'm like, okay, great. He's like, all right, I want you to wear you got to use the crutches for at least another, like till week 8. I'm like, whoa, man. I thought you said like by week 6, I'd have no crutches. Like, no, you got to be precautionary because you could actually crush your bone. Yeah, that was. So now I'm scared because I'm like, I can't put any weight on it. I might actually just shatter. He's like, if you shatter your bone, like, I don't know, it's a tough surgery. Yeah. And I'm like, so now I'm scared. I'm like, and I'm sure you did this. Like, no, I'm Google Doc guy, right? So I'm Googling everything, like finding out how fast you can recover. What can you do? And so I was like back on crutches. Like, this is brutal. Yeah. Brutal. I ended up buying a cane and like kind of working a cane a little bit in there. And it was, but for us, if you feel okay doing it, I'm like, I'm going to do it. Not really realizing that you could be doing some damage. Oh yeah. That was, I had no intention of trying to make it worse or anything. Yeah. It was just solely based on the fact that I felt good enough that I could walk. I had a little bit of a limp, but then he's like, okay, you're risking like getting a fracture in your bone. Your bones aren't ready for this and whatever. And then it's kind of like, okay, fine. Like I'll put them back on as painful as it is. In that first week, so you're going in for your 1 week checkup. Now let's say like 3-4 days and you're like, I feel okay. Like I'm going to try without the hip brace. I'm try without how many like off the record, like on the record, off the record, how many like little things do you try to do? Like just like squat down or like. Oh, second day I was going up and down the stairs with my crutches trying to get up. And then I mean, every single day after that appointment, I'd be walking around the house just the brace on, like kind of a crutch, maybe not. Maybe one arm crutch? Yeah, one arm crutch. And you're trying to walk around, and then I got my dad yelling at me to use my crutches. Yeah. The doctor knows best. And I'm, you know they're right. It's just like, it's frustrating and you don't want to use them. They're a pain. And that it is what it is. But and let me ask you this: Did you end up Googling a lot about your surgeries and stuff, and seeing like what other people went through or any kind of recovery stuff? Like
I wouldn't say I Googled the specialist that I ended up seeing. He was unbelievable as far as information and whatnot. Good. So they gave me full booklets of stuff. So I kind of just read through those, and then I reached out to Sean. Okay. Who just had the same surgery this past summer, and I just kind of asked what was going on with him and what to expect and all that stuff. As far as Googling, I don't think I really did. That's good. I had all the information laid out in front of me. Yeah, which is huge. That was really nice, and I was happy with how that went. Yeah. Because I know when again, going back to breaking a bone, I like right away, I know I'm not an athlete, so I don't have like a team around me that's making sure like things are going okay. Of course. So I just couldn't get out of surgery. They're like, this is 6 weeks for your bone to heal. That's just any bone, whether it's a finger, leg, doesn't matter. So you're going to be at least 6 weeks till that's healed and then go from there. So right away, like how fast can you heal from bone? Like what can I do? Every week I had a friend of mine, actually Dr. Murphy. It's like, hey, Dr. Murphy, what do you think about like CBD oil? Like for my leg, he's like, what are you talking about? Like bone takes six weeks to heal. It doesn't matter. What do you think about like cryotherapy? Like we just iced it every day. It's like, no, you're being an idiot, man. You might like save a couple hours. But possible. Yeah, I was everything, man. I was trying to get, but then on the flip side, when you start Googling stuff, I'm like reading stories of the same injury I had. I know every injury is a little bit different, but like 1 year later, still can't walk properly. 1.5 years later, like I still can't jog. And your mind starts to run. I'm screwed. Like it's the worst, right? Now you're just all over the place as far as if you're going to get better, if you're not going to get better.
So what I did when I was going through it, I started putting up like little videos of my process because I couldn't find a lot of good stories about like what people went through. You know what I mean? Like okay, at week 4, I could start doing this. At week 6, I was starting to do this. And so I did it every one, like maybe 3 or 4 of them, but more so just to share with people, just saying like, it's a bad injury. It sucks, but man, you can it's not that bad. Like keep moving, keep doing your thing. This is what I'm doing and it's working and I'm feeling better and whatever it is. Right. So I think that's important to be like, to have people around you,
of course, obviously
to be supportive. But if somebody else like Day who went through it already, you can chat with him. Hey, how does it feel? You know what I feel? Cause I know this summer he felt pretty good. I know it was a bit awkward at times, but overall he said, man, that's the first time I skated without pain, which is huge.
Pain-free,
How's he doing this year?
I just talked to him briefly. He said he was doing well, and I spoke to Jake about when he played against him. He said he played well, and he was getting a good opportunity. And
good.
I mean, I haven't been following that closely.
No. You're busy though, so it's hard to catch up on stuff.
Busy. All my time's taken up.
On rehab and buying 6 shoes online. Yeah, great. That's good. And how's Jacob Bryson doing?
He's
Buffalo Sabres organization.
He's doing well. He loves it. He just got a dog.
Okay, I think I saw that actually on Instagram. Was it wearing a pink hoodie?
Yeah. The Addy dog. Adidas.
Yeah. Now did he get this on his own, or did him and a buddy get it? Or
so, like I've been talking about getting one for at least 1.5 years now. I just wanted to be ready and understand that how big of a responsibility it is.
Okay, but do you guys understand? You pro guys are so dumb when it comes to this stuff. So this happened like in Hershey, guys got dogs, and like you guys are on the road every
So that's part of it.
So what are you gonna do? I want to hear I want to hear really smart ideas here.
So I had a roommate last year, and he had a dog. We had a dog living with us, and
so you co-parented.
So every time we're on the road, there's wives, girlfriends, kids, and they're all staying back, and they love to take in the dogs for whether it's a day or 4 days.
Yeah,
they willingly do it, and that was kind of how I saw it. And then if they're not available, then you take it to a kennel or for a few days, and that was kind of why I felt better about the whole situation and just getting one, because I can't just buy one and then leave it with my parents and then tell them to take care of it. That's not really fair.
Well, maybe.
I mean, I would probably do that, but I don't think it's fair. So,
no, it's not fair at all. Even dumping it on your neighbors is not fair either. But you're going to do it all year, all season. Yeah.
But so I've been talking about getting one for, I don't know, maybe 1.5 years now. And I was just waiting, and I just wanted to research up on it and make sure I knew everything, because my family's never had a pet.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know everything. And then I spent a year living with one. I had them for 3.5 years when I was in Oshawa.
Yeah.
So I loved having them around, and I wanted to have my own. So I told Jake we're together all the time.
Yeah.
When the season's
best buddies for sure.
Best buddies.
So he stole your idea.
So he knows about this the whole time, and I've just been waiting. So then it's like, okay, after the season, I'm gonna get a dog, and then I have the full summer to train, whatever, get used to it. And then he texts me like a week before his birthday or something, maybe 2 weeks. And he's like, weren't you thinking about getting a dog? And I was like, yeah, like I'm planning on getting one after the season. And he's like, oh, okay, I want one too. And then a week later, he's driving 4.5 hours on an off day to Pennsylvania, picks up his dog, and 4.5 hours back.
No way.
Like literally within 2 weeks, he has a dog. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, so I just thought that was funny. And
so what kind of dog did he end up getting?
He got a mini golden doodle.
Oh, cool.
So, I know our family is super excited to bring it home.
Yeah.
Just because our moms they've never wanted pets, I guess, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So like it was kind of
But as a parent with kids though, like we got a golden doodle actually. Yeah. And they're awesome dogs. They're wicked with the kids. They're really friendly. They're a lot of fun. But I mean, it's like having another kid. So now,
of course.
We had our dog first, then we had children. But man, you're raising kids. You're going to hockey. You're going to soccer. You're going to whatever. Your poor dog is unfortunately like just left behind half the time, right? So what's the plan this summer then? Are you going to co-parent this pup with Jake, or are you going to get your own dog?
I mean, we haven't talked too in depth about it, but
sign a contract.
We're probably going to end up getting an apartment or a place together. I think it's something we've always wanted to
Yeah.
do, and so we'll end up doing that. And then 2 dogs, probably going to be best friends just like us.
Now you
Uh,
guys are cousins, so
yeah.
I mean it does help. So would you guys have to sign a prenup or anything like that when you meet?
I don't know yet. We have to figure that out and figure out the details. But I mean, 2 of us in a house, 2 dogs. Only one of us has to walk them at a time, so
Sounds great.
cuts the walking in half.
Yeah, it's you know what that's
But
great.
it'll
Or
be
you guys can walk
exciting.
together.
Or we could walk
Or
together.
yeah.
All 4 of us could hold
Yeah.
hands or
Oh, it'd be fun, man.
pause or whatever. But
That'd be really good.
it'll be good.
I think it's a great idea. I think honestly, you've sold me on it. I think you really should maybe you should get 2
I'm
dogs.
sold on it.
Maybe get 2
Maybe
dogs.
get twins or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
One of every
Are you going to
color.
try to get the same breed? Or are you looking at some
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
gonna
a,
get the same breed.
the nice-
That was the breed I had been looking at.
Oh, he stole your breed too?
Yeah, what do you know? He ends up with one within a week.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
but no, it's. I know our family's really excited about it.
Oh, that's cool. That is a wicked breed though. Any kind of doodle like
Oh,
that is,
yeah.
and they don't
So
shed
cute.
usually. And yeah.
And he
they're
made
great.
an Instagram for it. I spend at least 10 minutes every day
Checking it out.
checking at it, getting real close to my phone. So,
Oh yeah. You know what? You might be all right. Now, if you had to let's say 10 being unbelievably behaved, unbelievable dog and a 1 being complete train wreck, where would your dog fit after a good summer with you, disciplined Mitch, just
geez.
training that dog? Would it be a 10 or would it be a 1? Or
Definitely,
where would
I think
it
it
be?
would be in the middle.
Yeah, like
It's
a
just
good
going to be a learning process.
solid
for sure.
4.5.
It's going to be a learning process. It'll be fun though. I mean, it'll be the best dog ever.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
it won't be very disciplined. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, it'll be all right. I think it'll be okay. As
Just
long as
have
you-
nothing to go on. So
No, you're right. So you're starting pretty
just gonna
blank.
go with the flow. And
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
No, that's good. That's really good. One thing I wanted to touch on too, though, with the injuries and obviously going through surgery, all that stuff. What was it like mentally going through that? Just as far as staying positive and not getting too dark or not getting too, because all your buddies are playing, all the guys you played with are playing or getting chances to play in the NHL, getting call ups, and you're sitting at home just recovering, and that's obviously a grind. But what was it like for you, kind of mentally going through it?
It's probably been the hardest thing that I've ever been through. You have those days you're sitting on the couch by yourself at home, and your mind just starts running, and it is what it is, and that's what's gonna happen. It's inevitable. And I can remember there's days I just sat there, and you sit there blank faced, and every possible idea is running through your head. Or you see a guy go down, get injured, and the team, your parent team, and then you're like, oh well, what if I was playing right now and I was doing well? And so I mean, there's always that, but I mean, the way I looked, like there's no point in me sitting there and looking at the worst of what the scenario is, and I didn't want to sit there and continuously just over day in and day out just constantly beat down on myself over something I have no control over. And
For sure.
so at the end of the day, it's just, I mean, I get to watch my cousin play, and I get to watch my friends play in my team and the organization. And for right now, that's all I can do, and focus on my rehab. So that's the biggest thing I've just been trying to push through with. And then again, I'm with my family. I mean,
Yeah.
that's helped tremendously. And it's different those first 2 weeks after I had my shoulder done, I was in New York. I'm in a hotel room by myself, and there's nothing you can do. Your mind's just running, and you're like, this sucks. Like, I should be out there playing and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
That's tough, man, for sure.
especially when you have high expectations of yourself
definitely.
going into the year and whatnot. So I think that was the most difficult thing. But I mean, being at home and with your family, and now you get to start doing more stuff. And I mean, the negative thoughts go away, and you just force positive things out. And I mean, it's gone well so far. So
Yeah. No, that's good. Now, you said kind of being at home and being with family, and obviously you've got a younger sister who's a great hockey player as well, plays junior hockey. And I know a lot of times I had younger siblings growing up too, and obviously you love each other, but you're going to fight a lot, or you don't get each other because he likes this or she likes that. It's just different, right? And I know for you guys are obviously a close-knit family, but sure there was like times when you and your sister didn't get along. But what's it been like now kind of being at home and being back, and now you're kind of more in her world where for a lot of years you've been gone, like you've been away, right? So What's her world like, and how is Mitch fitting in there?
Yeah, this is, I guess, the first, besides being traded here, this is the first big time where I'm here during this time of the year.
And really have nothing to do.
And all my friends are playing hockey and they're away, so there's nothing for me to do. And my sis, for me, this past 2 months is the closest we've ever been.
Yeah.
Just because I'm always around her and whatever. But I mean, we still fight. And,
Sure.
you know, it is what it is, but I love her to death. And, you know, she's doing what she wants to do and she's doing well with it. And I'm been able to catch some hockey games for the first time in, you know, like 6 years or whatever it's been since I started play last. So, I mean, it's been extremely nice for me and it helps with what I'm going through. And, you know, she never fails to put a smile on my face. Or at the same time, there's days where I want to choke slam her off of the roof and stealing my clothes or whatever it is. But, you know, she's the best. And this past 2 months has been awesome.
Oh, that's good. So. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, you take, you know, bad situations obviously happen, but if you can take some positives out of it and something like this is awesome. You know, it's potentially something that's more.
I've been her personal Uber driver, so that's been a lot of fun.
You getting paid well for that, or
no? Absolutely not. No reimbursements.
Nothing.
But, yeah, it's been good. It's just, you know, I'll be sitting at home playing video games or sitting in my ice machine or whatever it is, and then I get a text saying you have to take me to this at this time, and I'm like, well, what do you mean? What would you do if I wasn't here? Like, this isn't normal.
She is so pumped right now that you're home.
Oh yeah, she loves
this.
This
is great, man. Yeah, I love how she says you have to.
Oh yeah. It's
and
not,
if you don't do
it's you have to take me to here at this time.
Yeah. And if you don't, would she just right away call mom and dad and
She'll probably just call dad, and then I'll get a call from my dad asking it to her because whatever. So I just don't even bother.
I love it.
Tuck my head between my knees and just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Now so moving forward, what's kind of the timeline for you to get back? So are they thinking, like, obviously in the new year, obviously, but when would you start going back down to probably Bridgeport and start rehabbing there and getting ready?
So the plan for me is just I'm going to head down after Christmas. Well, I don't know what day exactly, but it'll be within a week of after Christmas, I would assume. And then I'll start rehabbing, continuing my rehab there. And then obviously things will start escalating and ramping up. But I can't skate till 3 months post hip, which is, I still have almost 2 months left before that happens. So probably not till these February. So that's still a bit of time away, but I'll be heading down, and then, you know, it's nice being home and all that, but, you know, Doug I've been working with, he has a full-time job with the Knights in Fowler, so I mean, he can set aside so much time for me. But I mean, when you're back there, you have way more resources.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
You know, you can go to your own physiotherapy clinic, and then you can come back to the rink and then get treatment or whatever. And whether it takes 3 hours, it doesn't matter, because you know, everyone's there to help out. And so it is different, but that's typically the timeline for when I'm heading back. So.
Yeah. This is a question I've always been kind of curious of when guys do get injured and something like this where you get sent home. Because in the AHL, NHL as well, you got to get your own place, you got to pay for your own apartment, all that kind of stuff, right? Or buy your own house, whatever you're going to end up doing. What happens with that? You got to still pay that? Are you covered off insurance wise, like when you do get injured, like just on the financial side? Because an injury like this, if you're not set up properly, it could cost you a lot of money as far as like wages and rent and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So I talked right after the injury happened, and I knew surgery was going to happen, and we decided on getting the other surgery done as well. And I kind of had that discussion with Chris and Lou Amorello, and they, you know, you have to get a place. I'm going to be in Bridgeport eventually, and I'm going to need to be there. So it was just kind of talking about what the best way to go about it was. And so, I've been paying rent in Connecticut for 3 months now, and I haven't spent a night there. But I mean, you don't mind. You're going to be there. You're going to end up being there for 4 or 5 months or whatever it ends up being. But I mean, it kind of does suck. I mean, you're paying for a place you don't get to spend a night in. But
for sure.
So we have a place there, and I have 3 roommates right now, and they're living in it. I'm paying for them to live in it right now too. So That's kind of nice.
You're just all around, really all around good guy. Like you drive your
Yeah,
sister
of
around, you
course.
pay rent for guys. I mean, you're helping out here, helping out there.
I just care about the people I'm around.
Yeah. I mean, just a good guy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great. I always knew that about you. I just wasn't sure. Now it's validated, which is awesome.
Oh, anyone will vouch for me.
And then obviously just for people out there, your salary stays intact. So whatever you end up making in the A or the NHL, whatever, that's all
Yes, so
good to
everything
go. And
stays intact. And
but
you
you're
have to go through workers' compensation
right.
and all that. So
Yeah. You do or you don't?
you do have
Yeah, okay.
or I've had to go through it. I'm going through it right now.
And you'd be on long-term IR, right, for them?
Yes.
So off the
I'm
kind
still
of
on long-term IR with Islanders.
yeah. That makes sense for sure. And then as far as like in London, so what kind of stuff are you doing right now to keep busy? So throughout the injury, I know when you're more immobile, not moving very much, it's going to be different, like probably a lot of couch time and Netflix and things like that. But is there anything, have you picked anything up? Have you like started playing guitar? Are you playing the bongo or are you DJing or what, you got anything going on?
So, I mean, I'm busy an hour and a half, maybe a day.
Right.
Where I'm obligated to be somewhere and whatnot. So I'll have therapy once a day and that's an hour and a half, depending on what I end up doing. And then, I mean, a day's longer than an hour and a half. I end up having
a little bit,
a ton of time where I don't have anything to do. So, what have I been doing? I have gotten severely into shoes and fashion. And I've played a lot of video games as well. And then just sitting in my ice machine and my hip motion machine. So
you do some other stuff on your own, basically at home, like ride the bike or do other things that you're able to
so
kind of keep helping that rehab out, I guess, as well, right?
Yeah. So once we had the surgery done, I had I got the game ready machine, the ice machine, the
What does it look like?
Machine. It's just it's literally a box and then it has a tube that it connects to it and then there's a sleeve for different body parts.
Gotcha.
It's just like compression ice.
So what do you put it on, your leg and hip or your shoulder?
So I have one that's a hip. It covers my quad up to about my waist and then it wraps around your back side and then it just blows up.
Yeah.
And you fill it with ice and water and then it's all compression and it's ice. So
then shoulder as well?
So I have a shoulder sleeve as well for that.
Okay.
And just through the arm and around the back as well.
Yeah.
And so I've just been sitting in that a ton. And then I have a hip machine right now. So you literally so the first week after surgery, you're supposed to be in this machine and it essentially moves your leg for you.
Okay.
To break up any scar tissue or just so nothing ends up building up in your socket. So you literally lie down. You put your leg in it and it physically moves your leg. It bends your knee for you.
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time in that. And I mean, you can't move when you're doing that. So I ended up spending a ton of time on the couch. And
do something. Right?
And, as bad as video games are, you get to talk to your friends or whatever. And I get to catch up with some of my friends. So
for sure.
That's kind of been nice. And
definitely.
As bad as it is, it has been nice.
No, you know what's funny? I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. A father who's got a split marriage, so he kind of has his son 50% of the time, and he said he ended up getting a video like Xbox or whatever it was, and now they sit down and play NHL or whatever, and it's like it's a good time. Like I get to see him and like how he interacts, and then even with the headphone stuff, like buddies from different countries or living in different places, hey, we'll be on at 3 today. Okay, perfect, I'm in, and you get a chance to chat with some of the guys. So there definitely is a social aspect to it for sure.
Of course,
and I think it's important. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think there's a fine line between that and then abusing it. But
of course.
It's like that's like anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is nice to be able to connect with people that are
it's just like for like our friend group, like that's the easiest way for us to, keep in touch or catch up with how things are going or whatever. So one day I'll play with Trav or then the next day I'll play with Jake or Jake and Trav or Max and Jordan.
Yeah.
So for us it's it is a video game and, there's so much controversy over it and there is a fine line with how much is okay and whatnot. But the social aspect, for me, it's been good just being able to talk to my friends and, catch up with them and see how they're doing and whatnot. So, that's been enjoyable.
Now, is the conversation through the video game, is it like really in depth or is it more chirping and carving each other?
It depends. A little bit of
questions.
Of both. Typically with Trav and I, it's I mostly just roast him the whole time, just make him angry. But I mean, it's we're always killing ourselves laughing. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's a good time. So
No, it's great, man. Listen, I don't want to keep you forever, but because I know you're a busy guy. Talking about style though, real quick. So you got into running shoes, you were telling me, and you walked in with a pair of Nikes. What do you call those Nikes that you have on?
they're called Cactus Plant Flea Market Vapor Max Nikes.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Okay, they look like they come from a flea market. Now I'm old, so I have no idea. But I asked you this question.
So
I was like,
you say the same things my dad says, and my dad shakes his head every time
Yeah.
I walk in the door with a shoe box. And, you know, it's you have so much time off, and
Yeah.
that was the thing I ended up finding.
now you end up getting some deals on it though, and I know some of these running shoes have like crazy value on them, but it could be actually a collector's item that you could end up
of
reselling
course,
for
and
sure.
For me, there is some that I want to. It's a thing you can easily make money off them, and anyone can do it. And
Yeah.
you know, it's something I have interest in, so why not? So there's that side of it where I try and get something where I can sell it for more or whatnot, and then there's ones that I just think are so cool,
You like,
or
yeah.
whatnot, and I just want to have for myself.
Yeah.
So there's that's what I've been occupying a lot of time with, sadly. But I mean, it has been fun, and I have a lot of interest in it. So it's
It's cool.
Because
it's some of
taking
those-
up a decent amount of my time.
Yeah, and it's obviously more of a younger generation thing. I think like if you wore those shoes out, I was asking this, if you wore these shoes to the movies, people would be like, "Oh man, those are sick."
yeah,
Where'd you
they'd
get
be like,
those?
those are super cool.
Yeah,
That was the whole thing with me is like I wouldn't say I wear normal stuff.
no, I don't think you
And
ever did.
You could ask anyone who hangs around me or whatever. I kind of have my own taste in clothing or shoes or whatnot, and I don't want to wear the same things other people are wearing. I like to be unique in my own way, and so that was kind of why. And you'll never see me going to Foot Locker to buy a pair of shoes.
Right.
Essentially, like
Yeah.
I'd rather go and find a cool pair if I have to pay a little bit more, and it is what it is. But I am who I am, and I like being unique, and I have my own sense of style. And if I like it, then that's what's cool.
Oh, it's good, man. It's really cool.
So that's kind of what I've been up to a bunch lately. And
So if I have any requests or if I like send you my size, my shoe size, you pick
I
me
could
up a sick pair
definitely
of
get you a
sneakers.
cool pair.
Okay.
Get more street credit. Be the coolest dad out there.
That's what I'm looking for. Actually, is mega street credit. Yeah,
so I
for
actually
sure.
introduced the like some of the shoes to my aunt
Is she in?
from Calgary.
Okay.
And
Is she
a month
younger or
later-
is she older?
She's 5 years younger than my mom,
Okay.
maybe, I think.
Yeah.
So she's like,
So we'll put her in a category of like probably like 40 to 45, 35
Yeah,
to 45.
yeah.
Like in that 10-year gap.
Somewhere in
Okay.
there.
So right around my age. She's
Yeah.
young. She's young. Okay.
Yeah, she's
Keep
young.
going. Yeah.
and she loves fashion too. And then I introduced this brand to her, and next thing you know, she comes back with 2 different pairs of them, and
No
she's
way.
how much she loves them. And
Are they what
I'm a bad influence for her.
what brand is it?
It's called Off-White.
Okay.
So they just do like different collaborations that
Yeah.
essentially no one's ever seen.
Okay.
It's like a deconstructed look of the shoe where
Yeah.
the tongue it's open where you can see the foam on the inside, and
Oh, okay.
like say
Yeah.
the Nike stitch is pulled off and then they reattach it and it's like hanging on by 2.
No way.
So to me, it's just like, it is really cool. And I mean, it is a massive industry that no one knows about.
No way. That's cool.
So
And it could be any brand, or is it all Nike, or is it any?
So there's just like a ton of designers and whatever, and they'll end up doing a collaboration with, say, Nike or
Okay.
Adidas, and then they only do limited releases. So say the one shoe will come out and they'll release 2,500 of them.
Yeah.
And if all these people like them, but there's only 2,500 pairs of these shoes, and that's why they get marked up so much,
Right.
is because you can't get them anywhere else.
Gotcha.
You can only buy them from these people. So then they can jack the price up, because if you want that pair, this is the only place you can get them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's cool.
So yeah, I just found an interest.
So
in
is
it.
that where you got the shoes you're wearing today?
These
Oh.
ones I found someone online who he has a connection somewhere where he can get them for a lower
Don't
price.
say
and-
too much. You're gonna give away your sources.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah,
but
just maybe just leave
Yeah.
it at that.
he hooked
Yeah,
me up, and
you know
he
a
gave
guy
me
that you know a
deal,
guy
and-
that knows a guy
Yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy whose brothers.
who can get you
And so on.
flea market shoes.
Yeah, who gets
For-
me flea market
for
stuff.
5 times the price.
So
you're
yeah, that's
paying
how
at
I
a flea
ended up
market.
getting it. And I got it for a cheaper price. And
Can you give me a ballpark range, market value if I was going to buy these online, like just normal, regular, like ballpark range of the ones with like
these ones.
No, yeah, those. Well, let's say those ones. So the flea market Nike with that smiley face on the back and the
smiley face
and the shoestring on the side for the Nike. Looks like honestly somebody did make it at a flea market, but go ahead.
But it is super cool.
It is.
I mean, you can't see them anywhere else.
I noticed them.
You notice them, and that's And
I thought they were. I thought they were popping.
I mean, I get compliments on them all the time.
What did I say? I thought they were lit.
Yeah, something like that. I don't even say that.
I'm just kidding. I'm not even gonna try to be cool. But roughly, how much? Like those are going for.
So I saw these this summer, and they were $750 American, and then I just checked like a week ago maybe, and then so those are now up to $950.
Wow, and those are limited edition as well, right? There's not a lot of them.
So they only release them at, say, at an event or something. There's only so many sold, and then the price gets jacked up. And
let's say the collaboration ones with the Nike with like 2 pieces of thread holding the Nike that I have ripped off in about 20 minutes. But how much are those going for?
One of the pair that I got from the same guy, you honestly wouldn't believe if I told you how much.
No, tell me. So if you bought them like off the market,
it's an Air Jordan shoe.
Okay.
So it's like the original Air Jordan 1 shoe that Michael Jordan wore, and it retails for what, $250
for that shoe. Yeah. Now in the collaboration, what they do with that shoe?
Collaboration, it sells for like in between, I want to say 2,500 to 5,000 American.
And what they do to that Jordan shoe, like what they end up doing to it, they pulled off some stuff and like.
So he writes. There's writing on the shoe on the inside of the shoes. It just says where it's from, and it has the brand and the guy's name, and the brand is completely blown up.
Cool.
So yeah, the shoes are just insanely expensive, but in my opinion, they're the coolest shoes ever. Like I would rather go out and wear those and go out and spend that money on a designer pair of shoes, say.
But if I went and bought like an Air One, like a Jordan Air One, like that exact shoe that you have, okay, for $200 at Foot Locker or whatever, right? What's different? What, like cosmetically looking at the 2 shoes, what's different between that one that I bought and the one that you have?
So there's writing on it. So on the sole on the bottom, there's in quotations, it says Air.
I put writing on mine too.
You could write on exactly. Yeah, so that's another way to look at it is how the heck are you?
Yeah, but it's like an artist, right?
Exactly.
I get it.
It's an actual.
But is there anything, like did they do anything cosmetically to the shoe at all, or like
so essentially it's the exact same shoe, but they add a couple things like where the eyelets are where you lace them up. There's 2 flaps that hang over, so there's an extra pair of eyelets that hang over, and then there's the same thing at the top when the inside there's writing on it.
Yeah.
And then, so at the end of the day, they're not that different.
But it is a collector's item.
But it is
kind of cool.
A collector's item, and this guy, he just.
No, I like it. I'm not knocking it. I'm just thinking like,
of course,
for me not being able to see them, I'm like, what is so different about it? But it's like buying a painting. It's like buying a painting from like Home Depot and then buying one from an actual artist. Maybe the Home Depot one, so some people looks nicer, but that one's worth $1 million.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah, totally.
So
but this is something totally new to me, so I'm interested. It's pretty cool.
It's super cool.
Yeah. And one other thing I got to ask you about too, just because I've been staring at it the whole time. What, like your shirt?
Okay, so I took some heat from my dad about the shirt.
Now, did you make that?
So he asked me.
Did you buy that?
I put the duct tape on myself, and if he could take it off, and I was like, well, you know what? I thought it was cool, and it was on sale, so I bought it. So, but he gives me crap.
Is that an expensive shirt or no?
It's like probably
more than $9.99.
Yeah, definitely.
Give me a ballpark on what that shirt's worth, like roughly.
Yeah, it was like it's 170.
Okay,
but it was on clearance, so I just bought it
for like 100.
No, it was like 60%, 60 or 70% off. So
and is it actually duct tape or is it sewn on there? Whatever it is.
You know what? My dad chirps me every time I wear it, and I still don't know, but I continue to wear it.
What brand name is it?
It's Zadig and Voltaire.
Okay,
it's the only thing I own from them.
All right.
Because I've taken so much heat, I refuse to go back to that store.
I like it though. It's on. But they're also conversation starters, right?
Of course.
It sounds like what is going on? What are you blocking out there? Why do you want people to see that?
I guarantee you, there's been at least 10 people that have asked me why I put duct tape on my shirt, and I'm just like, it came.
Okay, so I'm an old bugger. right? And I
Yeah.
bought I've been looking for a pair of old like Chucks, so an old pair of like Converse
I
high
can
tops
definitely
that
find
are
you a
leather.
good pair.
And I wanted a certain kind. I ended up finding them like just like cheap, like wasn't a big deal. But
Yeah.
but I'm also like know my age and I know where I am, and I'm like, oh, man, it's this like young kid style
Yeah,
shoe, but
there's nothing wrong
no,
with
it's
that.
fine. So I was on the road the other like working whatever, and I wore them to the mall, and I went to grab something to eat or whatever. And I had 2 comments of like guys, like one was like a guy working retail.
Yeah.
He's a gay guy, stylish. He's like, hey man, I love your shoes. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. Like,
Yeah.
and then another one, but I don't get commented on my shoes normally.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I'm 42 years old, 2
Yeah,
kids.
you're
Like,
not expecting that.
no. But I was like, okay. So I can kind of like, not to like the level of that, but like kind of appreciate like
Yeah.
this little stylish
course.
stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's not really what I am. I don't really care. I can appreciate style for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of times I won't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like I know that shirt,
sure.
I know that shirt didn't have duct tape on it, but I was like, there's something with that shirt.
Yeah,
So I got
of
to
course.
ask you about it for sure. On the style note though, anything else like that you're into as far as like watches or hats?
Watches, no.
No.
Hats, no. I mean, I have hats. but
Yeah. Jeans or
I
anything?
don't go looking for them. Jeans are hard just being a hockey
'Cause you
player,
have a
how
big
your
ass.
body's built.
Yeah,
and
big ass and big legs.
you have like what you want it to look like, and then you actually go and look for them, and it's like, this is impossible. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to wear bootleg jeans. Like, that's just not me. Like, I like tighter pants.
Yeah.
And I like,
But it's hard, right?
you know,
Because
and I take so much heat for wearing tighter pants. But,
Yeah.
you know, that's what you're into, and that's what I like. But so now you have the problem where you can't find jeans that you want them or how you want them to look like.
right.
So you have to get them altered all the time, and so it is difficult. But I mean,
Yeah. Tough life though, eh?
no, tough life. Other than that, though,
That's it. They just close for the
I
most
have
part.
a ton
in
of
shoes.
suits.
Oh
That's
yeah.
my other thing that I'm into.
Now, do you get those
Kind of
tailored?
toned down a little bit.
Do you get those tailored? Yeah, but you got to wear suits like 72
That's
times
the
throughout
thing.
the
And
season.
I'm like, I'm a pro athlete, and I want it to look nice.
Yeah.
Like, if you look professional, you know, the saying, look good, feel good, play good. So
but there's something to be said about putting on a nice. I don't love wearing suits, but
yeah.
actually, quick story for you. So I was in Toronto and Hershey was in town playing the Marlies. So I was going to their game or whatever. Got off all my stuff, went down. I get to the hotel and I'm like, I forgot my suit. Like I had my shoes, I didn't have a suit. And it was like 3:00. The game's at 11:00 high school, like or a school let out game, you know what I mean, the next day. So I'm like, there's no way, right? So I literally on my phone in the parking lot of the hotel been like, hey, suit shop. There ended up being one around the corner. So I wheeled around the corner. So you got a little small hole in the wall, suit shop, nice gentleman there. I'm like, listen, this is the deal. Like I need a suit, I need a shirt and a tie. I need it by tomorrow, like by 11. So I need it done tonight. He's like, okay, no problem. He's like, nothing's impossible. I'm like, all right. And he fitted me for this suit. And I was like, okay. Never gonna ask him the price. I was like, whatever, just get like this. I need this, right? Shirt, tie, it was all like fitted, felt wicked, you know? So then I'm like, okay, how much? It wasn't terrible. It was like just over $1,000, which I was like, oh, that's not bad. It wasn't super high end, but it was nice, right? So I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm like, I gotta go to a team dinner right now. Like I can't see that he's getting a tailor's. If my tailor's around, she can do it tonight. Like we can have it done for you by 7. I was like, it's amazing. So but I'm out. I'm gotta go to a team thing till probably 7:38. I won't be back. They shut at 8, they close at 8. So the guy's like, I'll deliver it. I'm like, that'd be sick, man. Thanks. Give him a little tip. No problem. Thanks a lot. So I get back from team dinner and then I'm looking through my closet, can't find the suit. Like they were supposed to like bring it into my room. So I felt like a big wheel, right? Like tailored suits coming to my closet. Can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm like, go down to the front lobby. I'm like, hey, like not trying to make a big deal about it, but like kind of need the suit. Like, do you guys know if it came in? He's like, no, it came in. It should be there. I'm like, all right, went back up, checked around again. It's like not there. I'm like, now I'm kind of panicking. I'm like, what is going on? So I call down. I'm like, it's still like, it's not here. Anyways, they ended up finding it. They put it in the wrong room and then ended up bringing it. Long story short, the suit's sick. Like that's my favorite suit. And I would do that again. I would like, I'm sure some of yours are tailored and like nice fitting. Yeah. There's nothing better than putting on a nice fitting suit where you feel, I feel good with it. Now, how many suits would you own roughly?
So I only have maybe 2 or 3 full suits.
Yeah. And then
one
you mix and match.
From my draft.
Oh yeah.
Which I've had since 2015 now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what year it is anymore. So I've had that for a while now, and then I have one other one. But I'm more into the
Mixing
whole sport
matching.
coats and then with different pants and all the crazy combinations.
Now, how many guys on your team wear like combination of like 2 suits all the time or 3 suits all the time?
There's a ton of guys.
Yeah.
Ton of guys. And I have my own opinion on clothing and, I try to keep it to myself and there's things that just make me cringe. But
yeah,
I mean, I have my own opinion. I don't try and.
No, you just keep it to yourself, right? Yeah. You wouldn't say anything to guys for wearing the same suit back to back games.
Unless I'm like really close with them, then I'll grind their gears. One of my roommates says, I couldn't.
Terrible style.
Could not stand to look at his suits and I just get on them all the time. Well, and that's just my opinion. I'm a professional athlete and I want to go to the games and I want to look professional and I want to look good and, and I want to look what I like and, and express yourself through your clothing. And I know it's a little bit of a different thing, especially in hockey instead of, comparing it to the NBA or the NFL or a different sport where it's kind of more free flowing and you can wear whatever you want. But, I still think you can wear unique clothing and suits, and I found some and I love them, and I think they're definitely me, and so I've kind of found some interest in that, and I love it. So
no, it's good, man. I think you said earlier, like you feel good, you look good, you play good. You know what I mean? You feel comfortable. I think it's important. I think that self-expression I think is cool too. And you see guys, in professional hockey. Coming in with hats on or 3-piece suits, or it's cool.
And I just got a fedora too, and
did you?
Yeah,
no way. Gonna be rocking that in the new year then?
Yeah, I'm just scared to bring it out. I have to prepare myself.
Might take a little heat for that. Yeah, you gotta definitely go in the bunker because you're gonna be under fire. For that for
definitely gonna take some heat for that, but I like it, and that's what matters. So
perfect. You got to get some pictures on up on that, okay? When you've started that,
it's just more.
You're going to be going
serious heat.
You're going to be going to some games in the new year, so you're going to have a lot of opportunity to wear them.
Yeah,
press box.
I've already been thinking about it.
Yeah, so got to find the right game to bust it out at, though.
Yeah, but I got to get a full outfit that works with it. So.
Yeah, like half the boys are gonna Actually, no. I'd say 80 to 90% of the boys are going to be kind of like deep down jealous that they couldn't pull it off.
Exactly.
So they're going to be ripping on you.
That is what it is most of the time.
100%.
Guys who are.
I would never do that, but most people would.
Like you definitely wish you were wearing this.
Yeah, definitely. And as I get older, I find I'm more like, man, I love that look. Like I couldn't pull it off, but I like that look, even though it's like out there. Like, it's cool. I couldn't. And then I carved them.
Like, and the other thing I started wearing is Uggs.
Oh wow!
Like the
Tom
actual
Brady, right?
Uggs, yeah.
Really, like the girl Uggs, like the girl looking Uggs.
I got them from the men's section online.
Yeah, but they look like the females section, or no?
They're the exact same as all the ones you'll see. The brown ones, no laces, just the fur. And,
you know what though?
I took some serious
big time for sure. You were walking those to the rink.
Well, have you ever tried these on? Like, you don't understand.
Yeah. And
I'm walking to the rink. I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
I'm not going for a fashion.
Now, did you flip anybody else into trying them?
I don't know if I had anyone that got to try them.
You know what though? I think I know that they're very it's like Lululemon pants. Like guys wear them all the time now. It's not a big deal, but I think Uggs has that same kind of branding where it's like very female, very feminine. A lot of women wear them.
And when you think of Ugg, you think of women's boots.
Totally.
That's always how.
But being able to pull that off.
Yeah.
The guys are going to rip on you for sure. But again, I think some of them are like jealous a little bit, but also how does that go over with the girls? Like this guy's got confidence, man. This guy's got swagger.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at all these other guys in their black shoes. This guy's got.
Yeah. I mean, I could throw your old traditional clunky winter boots on, but that's not me. And I don't want to be like that. So I look at other stuff and I end up getting Uggs and, you don't see anyone with them. I mean, I still haven't seen a dude wear them.
I honestly have not seen one dude wear them.
And, there's no shame in that.
No.
I'm comfortable with it and I like it. So.
And you're warm.
Definitely.
That's the main thing.
Definitely. My feet are warm.
That is why you bought them. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Okay, listen, before you go to back down to Bridgeport, we'll have to get you back on and we'll do some calls. We'll call some of the boys and rip on them a little bit.
I'd love to.
We'll do a little Christmas. Maybe we'll do a little Christmas one the week before Christmas break. Maybe we'll sit down and kind of chat, call a couple of the boys and get them on, see how they're doing. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot for popping by, man. That was great. It was very good. Some really good insight. I got to go online here and look at some shoes and some shirts and stuff and try to up my style for sure. Thanks, buddy.
Someone on your doorstep.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, actually, Christmas is coming up. Maybe you can buy me some stuff.
Definitely.
Because every year you buy me a sick gift, so that'd be awesome if you did. Yeah. All right, buddy. Take care. Comb your hair.